Marissa, just for starters, what did you think about the way you guys kind of came out in the second half? Obviously, you knew it would be a dogfight, but that first maybe 5-6 minutes, second half, it looked like you guys kind of came out with maybe even an increased purpose.
Yeah, the second half was huge for us. After the first half, we knew we weren't playing the way we know how to. So we came in the locker room and said, you know what, we got to pick it up. And we came out ready to defend this half. And defense always leads to offense. So.
It's collectively 8 for 12 from 3-point range. Did you feel? I know you were perfect 3 for 3. Did you feel really good about the way you guys were shooting?
It's all about confidence. We've been shooting a lot in practice, putting new things in to get us open, and they did a good job limiting my shots first half. But like I said, confidence is the key. So I got some open looks, so I took it.
Defensively, they only shoot 39%, and they're obviously a really aggressive dribble drive team. What stood out to you about the way you guys were on your defensive presence?
Just the way we responded. They had some big plays, but we never let it affect us. We just kept doing what we know how to do. I think that was huge for us.
Last year, you got a taste of what this rivalry has kind of become and how big these games with Pitt have been. Did today kind of meet your expectations for that?
Yeah, definitely. I know we always have to bring our A game for Pitt. And if we don't, we know it's going to be a close game.
Well, it was a close game there for a majority of it. Defensively, just kind of what stood out to you, especially there in that second half when you guys kind of started off with a run.
I know when we got into the locker room in the second half, we really needed to buckle down. So we really wanted to stress our defense because we always know whenever the defense is flowing, the offense flows as well.
On tonight's game.
Just proud of them. We know how good Pittsburg State is, and to come on the road in the middle of the week on a weeknight, play a team of that caliber and beat them on their home floors, just a really good MIAA road win.
And what did you guys kind of talk about half? Obviously, the first half was nothing less than you would have expected, an absolute dogfight. But it seemed, especially in that first few minutes of the third quarter there, you guys seemed to come out and you obviously went on a run and just. You didn't take full control, but you just felt a lot better after that maybe the first 4 or 5 minutes.
Yeah, we just had some people in the first quarter that looked a little lethargic. And just looked like we were running in mud a little bit. And I thought we came out in the second half, at least the first few minutes, and just had a little more pop, a little more crispness to what we were doing, and then made some timely shots. We had people bang in some big-time threes. All of Emily's were good. Marissa took big ones and made them. Callie hit 2 against their zone that were big daggers where they probably had us in the possession, and then we got bailed out on a couple threes. So, shot making obviously helps when you're on the road.
Well, 8 for 12 from long range, and obviously that's not something you guys haven't necessarily shot really well lately. So it has to be good to see those drop in for you.
Well, it's it makes the game way easier when you can make threes, and you can step into some and see them go in. All of a sudden, you're sprinting back on defense, and you got a little juice on the defensive end, and that's just the flow of the game. And fortunately, tonight we made shots.
Hold them to 39%. Again, a really good dribble drive team, shoots most of their shots up close, and they just had a rough night shooting the ball tonight.
Yeah, I thought JC again did a really good job on Michaela Burgess. She's going to get her points, and she's a volume shooter and obviously an excellent scorer. And JC's just made her work really hard to have to get those. Obviously, Jessica coming in and adding an athlete, with those two tandem kind of guarding her, has done great in both games against her, just making her work for hers. She's going to get 17, but if it takes 15 shots to get it, we'll probably live with that.
And in the post, that first 5 minutes, it seemed like a little bit of a revolving door, but there in the second half, you seemed pretty comfortable putting T out there for some extended time.
Well, T was making plays. T was really good on the defensive glass, I thought, battled Northcutt for some boards. And, I have as much respect for how Madison rebounds and plays in the post as anybody in our league. And I thought T did a great job battling with her. She scored the ball tonight when she had opportunities, caught it high on some rolls, kept it high and finished, had a good post up. Just gave us a presence. We're on a night where we didn't get much out of Tyra. Tiana stepped up and gave us a great game.